I remember the first time I experienced sleep paralysis. I was 13 years old. I can only describe it as waking up with an extreme sense of being watched. Watched from the corner of the room, unable to move, and the feeling of being pushed down onto the bed, as if I was twice my body weight. And worst of all, not being able to shout for help. It's the waiting game for my body to come back to life. Over the years, this sleep paralysis has gotten worse, so much worse. I'm now afraid to sleep. When I start to nod off, my body jumps, warning me that when I wake up, it will all happen again. It's starting to affect my marriage and my health. My wife is so supportive, but now she gets upset and tired as I keep her awake. So now every night, around 10 PM, I go outside and I take a 10-minute walk through the woods to try and calm down and prepare myself. I know what you're thinking, walking alone in the woods at night probably doesn't help. Well, the reason I do is that I used to walk in the woods with my father every day before he passed, and so this helps me to remember him and relax. I close the front door behind me as quietly as possible in the hope that my wife, Sarah, manages to fall asleep, and I take my walk. The snow is thick and it's cold, but I try to take deep breaths and think of the times I played in the forest with my father, doing my best not to think of the events that may happen tonight. The night is still and clear, and the moon seems so bright. I can see the craters on the surface so clearly. I head back to the house after feeling fresher and somewhat more prepared for sleep, kicking the snow off my boots and laying them next to the heater by the front door. I head upstairs, skipping over the step that squeaks so I don't wake Sarah. She's fast asleep, mouth wide open. She hates when I tell her that she sleeps like that. I get undressed and fumble for my pajamas in the dark, trying to ignore the cupboard by the window. That's where I think he watches from. I'm starting to feel tired now. I hug up to Sarah, avoiding my cold legs touching her. She stirs a little, but manages to stay asleep. My breathing gets heavier. I know I'm falling asleep. I have a sense of falling. That's it. I'm falling asleep. Wake up, wake up. It's going to happen. My body jolts as I try to fight the tiredness, but I'm so tired now, so warm, and it feels so good. My body needs rest. I'll be fine. It's not going to happen tonight. Sarah's here. Think about the good things. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be... It's happening. This is it. Where is Sarah? I feel her. She's facing me. Why is she crying? I can't help her. My thoughts are shouting in my head. Sarah, please help me. But no one can hear me. I can't breathe properly. I'm panicking. I can't move a finger. Then the worst part comes. The feeling of loneliness. The feeling of being intensely watched by the shadow man lurking in the corner of the room. I close my eyes, but the sensation heightens even more. He's here. It's like he's wanting me to look at him, telling me in some way to open my eyes and look to the corner of the room. My chest feels so tight now. I start to get angry that this is controlling my life. Without thinking, I face my worst fears and move my eyes under my eyelids to where the corner of the room is, and I open them. He's not there. I close my eyes again. Is that it? Where is he? As I open my eyes to double check, to my horror, he's above me, leaning over with a confused look on his face. I can only make out certain parts of his features, enough to know that he's staring so intensely at me. I move my eyes away to look at Sarah again. She's still crying. I was so confused. I shouted to the shadow man from my mind, "What do you want? Do you want to kill me?" Then to my horror, he said,
"But George, you're already dead."
He smiled and blinked slowly, and he vanished. You may be wondering how I told you this story if I'm dead. Well,
now I'm the Shadow Man. I'll see you tonight.